Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're interested in how I achieve this look, keep on watching. Alright guys, so now that we are done with cleaning off our face, we're going to start with our brows. Alright, so I use the BK Grow Brow eyebrow pencil in the color black brown to draw in my eyebrows. So what you want to do, first you want to just outline the top of your eyebrow and the bottom of it. And then once you figure that out, all you have to do is just continue to draw in on the eyebrow from ends to the front. So after you fill in your brow, all you're going to have to do is use your spoolie to melt in the pencil that you just drew on your eyebrow. So now we'll be using the HD Concealer by Nickac to conceal our eyebrows, and I'm using the shade Coffee. And the reason why I use this above my eyebrow is because it's the perfect color for my skin complexion, because I want it to be as natural as possible. When I'm highlighting my brow above it, I want it to melt into my skin tone. So that's why I chose to use that color. So below my brow, I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Warm Honey. I use this shade because it's a little bit lighter than my skin tone, and it's perfect because I want to highlight my brow underneath. I don't need it to match the top layer that we just did previously. And then I'm going to melt it into my eyelid, and that's going to be used for our base as well for our eyeshadow. Now we're going to go into the Yes Please palette by Colourpop, and we're going to use the shade Mischief. And we're going to apply this color very gently, but also tapping motions and windshield wiper motions. Alright guys, so now we're digging into a whole new palette. We're going to use the Through My Eyes palette by Colourpop, and we are going to use the shade Euphoric. And while we're using this shade, we're going to do the same exact thing that we did with the Yes Please palette with our brush. We are going to use windshield wiper motions to pack the color on, as well as tapping motions. Now we're going to use the HUDA Beauty Topaz Obsessions palette. We're going to put it right in between the yellow and the other orange that we applied already. And here we're going to use, again, our LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Warm Honey to do a cut crease on our eyelid. And you're going to really want to concentrate, because you have to kind of have a steady hand when you're doing this. So really just focus, like do not do anything else. Focus on that eyelid and making that perfect shape that you desire. So we are going to go right back into that Through My Eyes palette by Colourpop, and we're going to dig into the shade Low Mo. And we're going to pack that color on our lid. And next we're going to go into the Chasing Rainbows palette by Colourpop, and we're going to use the shade Manifested. And this color is so poppin', bruh. It's so beautiful, as you can see. So now we're going to use this gold liquid liner that I got from the beauty supply store. The brand name is slightly not visible right now because I use this frequently, but just know that you just need this from a beauty supply store. And here we're going to use Misbehave to smoke out that glitter that we just put on our eyelid. And now here, as you see, I'm getting my makeup wipe remover and we're getting that excess makeup off our face so that we can start with putting our eyeliner on. Alright, so we're going to be doing the exact same steps that we did on the other eye, on this eye. So I'm just going to be quiet and let you all see me do the work. So now we're going to be using the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector. And I use this because I have oily skin. I don't want that to show through my foundation. Now we're going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Foundation in 340 Cappuccino. And we're going to apply a generous amount on our face, not too much, because we just want to conceal certain areas that may have marks. And then we're going to use our blending sponge and we're going to blend in that foundation completely. Like, we want it to melt into our skin and look seamless. So now we're going to use our LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Warm Honey and our HD Concealer in the shade Coffee. And we're going to blend those two together to get our perfect match to highlight under our eye and above our forehead, nose, and chin area. Alright guys, so now it's time to contour our face. So we're going to be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Espresso. And we're going to apply this above our forehead, on the sides of our cheek, and the sides of our nose to give a nice contour so we can look nice and chiseled, y'all. So as you all brush this in, really take your time. It's no rush on this part because you definitely don't want it to look too sharp. You want it to look very natural looking. So just take your time as you brush in this product. So the blush I use is from the Yes Please palette again, and I use the shade Spoiled. So now we're going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Medium Deep. We're going to use this so that we can set in the concealer that we just put on our face, but only on the parts where we use concealer. So under the eye, above the forehead, and on the chin. Now we're going to be using the Maybelline New York Fit Me matte+Poreless pressed powder in the shade 355 Coconut so that we can wipe away that excess powder that we just set on our face to make sure that concealer not going nowhere. And bring a little bit of color back into our face because we don't want to be looking all ashy. We don't want our face looking ashy. So we need to put all that color right back on that face. You hear me? All right, it's time to use some highlighter, guys. So we're going to be using the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek shade Paralyzed to highlight our face, because we can't wrap this up without putting no highlighter on. Like, highlighter brings that look all together, honey. All right, y'all, it's time to set our face. So we're going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. So this makeup not going nowhere, honey. All right, let's hop back into that palette, and we're going to use the shade Lucido just to use for our inner corner highlight by our tear dot. And here we're applying that same shade Lucido under our brows so that we can give a highlight there as well, because we all about highlights, okay? We want to look golden, not oily like I was telling you earlier. We're trying to be a golden girl out here, okay? And it just brings the whole look together. It's very popping. So before you go, make sure you guys follow me on my Instagram and subscribe to my channel for more looks and more content. All right, thank you guys for watching so much. Bye.